Hmm. I have begun a stream. Uh, hello, 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 hello. I presume that I am audible. If so, that's great. Um, Alright, as you can obviously tell, based on what is already being streamed, I have a drawing in progress of my dear Helena. It's supposed to be Helena. I wouldn't blame you if it kind of didn't look like her, 'cause it kind of doesn't look like her. I'm not really sure what's up with me, but I do feel like I don't tend to struggle when I'm drawing most characters, even ones that I don't frequently draw. But then Helena comes along, and it's like, I love Helena, and I always draw her, but why the hell do all my drawings of her look like abysmal dog shit, bro? I can't draw. I'm so fucking trash. I hate my art. Alright. We'll continue with our doom chatting as I try to make some progress. Currently, it is December 4th. Title would say that as well. And yeah, I still live alone in the same apartment up here in Bellevue, away from all my friends and family. And no, I have not made any new friends here. I'm still the same reclusive loser as I have been for years upon years. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't even maintain like online friendships, let alone ugh, like I don't know. In person should be easier, right? You would think, maybe. Well, well, allow me to begin this drawing. So, right now, I don't know if it is evident yet, but based this style of like eyes and like expression that I'm trying to kind of mimic. There's this artist by the name of Anon, I believe. Like that's just what they go by. I think they have two Twitter accounts. One is like also called Anon some shit. The other one is like backwards, so it's like Nona Teeb or some shit like that. But yeah, that's all Anon. This guy has actually drawn Helena once before. There was the bath towel skin. I don't know why, because he doesn't exactly draw Azure to begin with most of the time, but he did draw Helena. And so, I mean, yeah, cool, right? We always love to see good artists, cracked artists, motherfuckers drawing Helena, because that's certainly not something that ever happens on the irregular. But part of me wants to like kind of try and mimic this style, but I'm just not good at art, man. I'm just not capable. And to top it all off, it's uncomfortable like living here right now. It's cold, okay? That's part of it. But really, it's my body, I think. There's some level of stress just from existing and shit right now that is causing my shoulders when I like sit down and like draw or do shit. My shoulders, I think, are tensing up and thus it burns. It feels really warm. As I've probably complained about many times already, my left shoulder has always been like weird and it hurts when I do certain things sometimes. And so this is not helping because this is really just that but worse, I think. It feels so fucking bad. And yeah, it burns and it probably feels particularly warm because I'm wearing a jacket, but that's because it's fucking cold. I'm wearing a jacket where simultaneously my shoulder and neck are kind of like burning up, but then like my arms, head, the rest of my body are cold. You get this nice contrast that you really love to feel like disturbing contrast across your body when it comes to temperature, huh? Like that is definitely one of humankind's favorite things to experience. No, it's really ass right now. But I also like drawing and I want to draw, so it's like I can't stop, right? I don't want to stop. And then even if I did stop, then what? What do I do then? There's nothing else for me to do. Like I could watch videos on YouTube, the most productive task in the world, or I could like play video games, which while also being equally productive, honestly causes the shoulder pain stuff just about as much as drawing anyways. Like I gotta interface with the computer one way or another for both of those tasks. It's just ass. I'm not feeling great. I'm kind of dissolving, man. I'm kind of just perishing and yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. Ripe old age of 25. It's over for me, man. This life, it just wasn't meant to be. My one shot, I failed. I failed at this life. It's over for me. Not everyone's meant to succeed, but it's just such a shame to be the one that failed out of everyone in our friend group. It's like I don't know. I don't know. I feel like such a fucking loser. I can't do anything, bro. I'm so fucking pathetic. I'm so fucking garbage. I'm never gonna find love or companionship in spite of the fact that I'm not actually like a terrible person overall. You know, recently I was thinking about it, how back in the day when I did surround myself with more women by chance, like I joined choir and that kind of shit, it's not like I was despised or hated or shunned by the groups. I was typically like one that people were very easily willing to interact with. So like clearly it's not like I was a fucking dog ass person. I just am not no longer in the presence of women. Like I cannot actually tell you when the last time I interacted with a woman outside of like my family was. Like I don't obviously I'm not counting like my sisters and this shit. Nor am I counting people that I only know online, mind you. Like when was the last time? I can't tell you. I don't fucking remember. Like I don't know. I haven't talked to like even like within the old friend groups from Horizon, let alone like choir and shit. Like, I haven't talked to Addie or Joy or um Becca or like any of the Taekwondo girls. Like none of these people I maintain contact with. I guess like what Nidhi from work, we kind of interacted, but that was work, so that's like not too different from school. It's once again a forced interaction by proximity and not like a real deal. So I cannot tell you when the last time I genuinely had like interaction with a woman was. It's sad. This fucking life is ass. And it's my own fault too. Like I don't have anyone else to blame but myself. I put myself in this scenario. But it sucks anyway. It still sucks as. I hope. Okay, so one thing that's like funky about this is it's supposed to be like a night scene, right? As you can tell. So the colors aren't quite what I'm normally familiar with picking. I hope I can figure it out and pick like good colors overall, because I don't know. I'm just not very good at art. Okay. In concept, I understand some of the shortcomings are just due to my unwillingness to change my methods and like general workflow. But still, dude, why am I so fucking ass? Where is it? The other reference we had was this nice nature over here who is also reaching her hand out. Now, mind you, I didn't trace the hand that we drew at all. It's a different angle, different general like appearance. But I did use that as like a base reference for the overall pose of like the body and stuff. It's not the identical. Well, yeah, it's not traced, but it's pretty similar outside of like general idea of it. But hey man, sometimes it's fine to just steal like a general idea, right? It's not like standing there holding your hand out is all that unique of an idea anyways. Fuck. What about work? Do you have anything to say about that? So, I don't remember if I mentioned this yet. Maybe it wasn't even a thing last I streamed. But I'm currently on something called like a focus plan, which, as far as I'm concerned, it may as well be a pip, just a lighter sentence at the time. It might as well be a pip though, is the thing. Now, I don't like my job and I don't like Amazon. I want to get the fuck out of here, right? I really don't want to be here anymore. And so the thing is, if Amazon continues to pay me, I have little reason to leave because they pay very well. And so really, for me to leave, I probably have to get laid off because I'm not likely to go and try and find a better job in the current state of the job market without a good reason. Getting laid off would be one such reason. I don't want to be laid off because I don't want to go into the job search, but I also fucking hate my current job. I think it's so fucking meaningless. It's so it's dog shit. I hate my job. And I think our new manager is way worse than the old ones we've had. I don't know. Maybe I was younger and more naive at the time, so I didn't see him for what they were. But I do just think that our current manager is kind of like not really doing that good of a job as a manager. Our team, it really feels like they're trying to micromanage more of our team, but it didn't really improve anything. So it just became more annoying to work because now I have like a fucking daily meeting to attend to tell them, yeah, I'm like working on my fucking tasks or some shit, guys. Like every single day I gotta go and tell them, yeah, dude, I'm still working on it, you know? Back in the day, our meetings were 3 times a week, so like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It was not every fucking day. It's so often now that it just feels pointless. But yeah, I mean, I'm on the focus because I was, I guess, not putting out enough CRs for the past couple of months or something. And like, man, the projects that I'm getting assigned are all garbage. I don't want to do this anymore. So yeah, that's the state of things. While I would like to continue getting money, I don't really want to work here. They had a wave of layoffs a couple of weeks back, and I was spared that time. But we have 100% confirmation another wave is coming in January. So, like, a month and a half, 2 months at most, right? Sometime like that. I fully expect to be laid off this upcoming time. So, even if I manage to get out of this focus plan alive, unscathed, I probably will get laid off. I just don't have any reason. I just don't feel like there's that much reason to care anymore. So it's like, yeah, even if the focus plan is what gets me laid off, honestly, I've been waiting for this shit. I kind of need a push to do something different in my life. I am not the kind of person who has a strong dream or desire to do things. And so without good reason to, I'm not gonna be doing much different from what I am doing right now. This is how most of us live, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a loser. Regardless, losing my job would be that strong push, and so that's why, honestly, I can't stop winning, right? Even if I do get laid off, That'll probably, hopefully, be better for me in the long run, because then I'll be forced to leave, go to find a new job, or maybe I'll get to go back to Arizona finally or some shit, you know? Like, there's good either way at the end of the day. That's how I'm coping. Fuck, man. Fuck! But yeah, I'm drawing Helena right now, so all is well. Although my drawing's not very good, so it's kind of sad, but yeah. Can I? Okay. So how does this Nona Tiba guy even do Helena hair? Because that's one of the things that I always feel like I suck ass at somehow. Like years of drawing Helena, and I still don't know how to draw her hair well. It's just fucking silly at this point how bad I am at art. Like, what is actually fucking wrong with me? Okay, so looking at this, there are some general stuff, which I should probably do first, honestly. Lighter general shadows that we scrape across the whole board. Sure, part one will do that. I'm not using the same brush as them or like trying to mimic the textures. I'm just using my own shit. Because that's what I'm familiar with. Anytime I try to use something different, it generally doesn't actually look any different. So save me the time and just use what I'm familiar with to make what I'm familiar with. I had several ideas for stuff, and most of it just kind of fell through, and I decided to just go ahead and make a piece that I'll finish instead of trying to like overdo it. This Christmas time like period, I plan to fly back to Arizona. I already bought the tickets and everything. So I'm gonna be in Arizona for Christmas, New Year's, that sort of period of time. And I'm probably gonna take off at least a week of time just straight and then work remote for some of the other time. I don't really care. As I've said, I expect to be laid off anyways, so it's like part of me is generally wondering why should I even take off time because the severance package is going to pay out my vacation time. So if I don't take it, then I get paid more, right? Right? I don't know how the severance package shit works, but I believe vacation time is supposed to get paid out. Either way. Like, okay, right. Like, if I'm going to get laid off anyways, then I might as well take breaks that I don't record and get paid out more for my severance. That way I get both the break and more money. It's like literally a win for me, just in every way. There's no that's assuming I am getting laid off because obviously taking breaks without putting in the time is another way to probably get laid off. Inadvertently, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. It's just how do you expect me to care about my work and like really want to look think about the future of the damn company or team or anything when I don't believe I'm gonna be here in like a couple of weeks. It's just funny. It is so funny too because first round of layoffs there were people who allegedly got messages saying something along the lines of you're like working a very critical role right now, so while we are laying you off you must continue to work for the next like 40 days or something, like you'll be laid off after that time. But it's like if you tell them like that, brother, what do you think they're gonna do? Like at what point do they still have any obligation to do a good job? Because it's not like it's gonna affect their end of the year review or anything because they literally aren't gonna be here for that. So like why should they care? Why should they work? Why would they work, right? It just does not make any sense how Amazon could possibly like try to pull that kind of shit. It's so stupid. It makes no goddamn sense. And you could argue, oh, like they're trying to be like, if you do well enough in this time period, maybe we won't lay you off. That's not how that works. The layoffs aren't targeting people just because they do poorly, even if that might be part of the reason. The layoffs are just because they need the number to go down so they can pretend like they cut costs and then they can rehire some people later after the shareholders don't care as much. It's like shareholder earnings and whatnot, all that fiscal bullshit at the end of the year. This is a time period when they really care about their image and like how the stock market is doing. But once that stops mattering, why not just rehire everybody? Then all that projected savings is gone, but hey man, like I can't stop winning, you know? It's just so fucking stupid. The game that they play for the stock market and the shareholder value. I hate the stock market. I barely participate in it. I have money in the stock market because of like index funds. But yeah, I really dislike the systems that our society like so depends on. You ever I mean, you as the spectator of this are me. Nobody else should ever find this. But like, yeah, AI generated bullshit. Right now, AI technology is like the only thing that props up so-called GDP and like growth in the United States. This fuck ass country, what a disappointment. Piece of shit this place is. So, when the bubble pops, and I really do hope it actually pops, our country is fucked, dude. I do hope it pops though, because honestly, it's not like I have that much to lose. Like, what do I have to lose? A little bit of money in the stock market. Destabilize the goddamn entire economy, make shit worse. We all know at the end of the day, the billionaires are still gonna come out on top. It does not matter what happens. We are all gonna lose. The world is just getting worse. What's it called? Some Micron, I think. They recently pulled out, like announced that they were pulling out of creating consumer RAM and like chips, that kind of stuff, I guess. So let's look forward to another surge in prices as basic fucking technology becomes inaccessible for the average person. While AI continues to guzzle more and more of that shit for basically no value. You know, I even caved recently because of this work that I was doing. I'm trying to do some like fuck ass NOS migration garbage, right? I caved and I decided, you know what? Let me try one of these fucking AI models that they speak so highly of. And so I typed in what I wanted and I got a response. And at first I was like, wow, this is kind of like nice actually. Like, did it actually work? Like, it gave me all these like step by step, this is what you gotta do to like solve this particular facet of whatever you're trying to do, right? The problem definition that I meant to make myself anyways. But I was like, wow, did it work? And then I got around to actually trying this proposed like solutions and found, oh, it doesn't work here for this reason. Why? I go and dig around and I find out that it just isn't something that our like Amazon build system is able to support, even though it is able to be supported by the packages that we publicly release. We internally are not allowed to use it because they fucking don't want us to. And so yeah, the AI really gave me some great help there. The problem is that like I can't even say I guess I can't say that it was wrong because I'm pretty sure that would have worked for anyone else. But because I am working in Amazon and their fuck ass policies made them not want to support this basic feature, it doesn't work. And now I have to like use their roundabout solution method, which I think basically just does the same thing anyways. It's just a lot more annoying. Yeah, I gotta use that instead. It was like, it's so stupid, bro. The AI basically it just did not give me a useful answer on its own, and it took me prodding around on my own to find out what the hell I was actually supposed to do. And it was pretty far off of being what the AI told me to do. In the end, the AI helped me almost nowhere. And so I'm still not really amazed by this technology that they keep trying to claim is some kind of revolutionary breakthrough. How can we milk our population of all their money as efficiently as possible? That is all I'm trying to solve in my job. This CIV bullshit. That's all the purpose of my work is just to see how much we can extract from customers, what places are worth dropping in support because like they just don't contribute that much value to us as a company or some shit, right? I love that exact facet. The whole like if you don't have money, your problems aren't worth caring about type shit. I really like that. Sarcasm, mind you. I'm tired. See, this is the shit, right? When I'm streaming drawing, I typically work on it very consistently, no, lot less delays and shit. But I don't want to draw right now. I'm feeling it right now. I gotta get this done sooner than later. So I do have plans to travel this, as I mentioned, right? I'm gonna be in Arizona for like the end of the year type shit. I'm not bringing my computer. I might bring my drawing tablet, maybe. I can use it on my laptop. The really shitty ass laptop that I well, okay, actually the laptop itself is good. It just has really bad ventilation and like cooling on it right now. And so the end result is that it runs like 70 degrees idle, uh, and like 90 plus degrees on anything else. And it's just like very bad. I'm wondering if I should just render this like I render my old stuff. A lot more smooth instead of trying to do all these hard cuts like this. Because the smooth old rendering has its own like charm that I feel like my pieces maybe don't have anymore anyways. Nah, no, not Thebe art. How do I? Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like the fucking constant pain in my body, the inability to get promoted at work because oh, you didn't put out enough CRs in this period of time where no one was assigning you projects. What are you like? Go fuck yourself. My new manager is dog shit, bro. I hate her. They're all snakes. On the outside, they might act nice and seem like decent people, but dude, if you've worked long term for this fuck ass company and you like are fine with it and all that, you are not a good person. I need to get my ass out of here. This place sucks. Oh yeah. I was wondering if it would even happen this year because I fell off and my art's terrible now and I can't even like market myself. But I actually did gain a like what's it? I am at 5K followers on Twitter now. Yippee. So like every year since we've started majorly drawing, we gained a 1K overall at some point. Now, to be fair, the last time I hit a like the 4K mark, I believe was April last year. So this one took like basically almost 2 years worth of time to get to 5K. And it doesn't really show any signs of like speeding up because like it's that's just not how it works. Typically there's a couple of big breaks and those are the ones that make you get the big numbers and then you'll sit at that for a while unless you get more big breaks, which I'm not because I'm bad at art. Oh, my stomach is rumbling. it's weird. Like I'm hungry, I think, but it's also my food schedule, my sleep schedule, my life and everything is all so fucked up. If I eat dinner at like a normal time, like 7 or some shit, that's relatively early, right, for my standards. I will be hungry in like I will be hungry in the middle of the night, or not middle of the night, like before I go to bed type shit. Like 7 is too early to be eaten for me, apparently. Anything good that we can talk about? Anything good? One bad before we get to the good, I suppose. The Helena swimsuit figure once again was delayed. Oh boy. Now that the bad is out of the way, my Hu Tao and Mayano Topolgan figures both arrived the other day. Mind you, these were supposed to come with the Helena figure, like they were all scheduled for the same month, and then they all got delayed, but the Helena one was delayed further even. Yeah, they hate us. The tariffs like aren't even a thing anymore because Trump is a fucking chicken, thank God. And like, but we still just can't have anything. Hey man, I guess I can't blame them. I would be wary of trading with a country like the US if their leaders were the way they are currently. We have some genuine stupid people in power. Also, bad people because they're like pedophiles and rapists and shit like that. But hey, everyone's bad, you know. Everyone's got some skeletons in their closet. Yeah, that's like that's a valid fucking excuse. Retard ass Republicans. I don't remember if I ever mentioned this part on chat or stream, but our former friend James has like pretty much been officially excluded from our friend group at this point. Zach has a Discord server that he owns that he basically got around to asking, bringing up in like some kind of conversation with James. He went along the lines of like, this place seems kind of dead. Should I just delete it? And James said, "Oh, you just kick everybody. Don't delete it." So he kicked James and only James, because how is he gonna know if anyone else got kicked, right? So yeah, we got him out of the friend group that way. No one else like wanted to be his friend anymore, anyways, because he's a right winger who can't reflect on any issues of his political affiliation at all, and blindly defends them, makes stupid fuck ass excuses and leaps in logic just to make sure that he comes out on top. He's a very standard right wing fucktard, so we all cut ties with him. Hmm. But hey, I'm just taking a stand because my shoulders, I'm letting him rest a bit. Discord. Oh yeah, yeah. So because it is like year end, I guess all the big companies and shit are doing their dumbass checkpoints or like, oh, replay of the year type thing, right? I don't use Spotify, so I don't have a Spotify Wrapped or whatever it's called. But I do listen to Apple Music on occasion. And yeah, it goes about as you expect. The most listened to thing is the Tunic soundtrack. But like most listened to artists as a whole is Monster Siren Records or the Arknights basically group. So those are like the two things I listen to on Apple Music most of the time. I listened to a bit of like Uma Musume at one point just to see. I'll be honest with you, like Uma Musume music is well produced, but it all sounds the same. It kind of all sounds the same to me, so I don't know. It is not that big of a deal. Um, the other thing that I had a replay for was YouTube. YouTube replay. If you want to take a guess, what's on my YouTube replay is basically just video games for the most part, alongside a little intrigue. That is to say, some maybe puzzles or documentaries or like fun facts or whatever. Most of my stuff is just that. Uh-huh. Yeah, the most watched game was Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is basically only because I watch Nairo on occasion. Actually, I think okay, at the start of this year and for a good chunk of the year, I probably watched Nairo like every day almost. Whenever a video came out, I would watch like almost all of them, right? Back in the day. And then at some point I like fell out of it and then I just haven't really consistently tuned into his videos. I still tune into his streams on occasion when I'm bored and I just need a sound in the background, but it's not as much as it used to be. Silk Song also released, and that's another one of the games that I watched a lot of apparently. I think it was the second most watched, so yeah. That's mainly because I watched Blue SR speedruns. He got a number of world records, or like at least a lot of good times, right? And he's doing true ending runs. I also mostly put those on as background noise, but Silk Song's a good ass game. I have two achievements that I have yet to get, which are the Steel Soul ones for the completion and 100%. I kind of okay. If I finish this drawing quick enough and like I still have time to spare, I might try to go for that. I am not super hard on myself when it comes to Steel Soul. I am willing to quit out and like save scum it honestly at this point. I'm willing to do that. But like I also would like to not ideally. So it's like there's like conflicting bounds of interest here. I would like to get good enough at the game that I wouldn't have to do that is the point. I can very comfortably play Hollow Knight with the confidence that I will not die, even in like a randomizer most of the time. None of the boss fights are actually challenging enough to like typically kill you, even with like no upgrades. It's just survive longer, pretty much, right? What is this? What am I doing? So there's a couple of Helenas that I have drawn historically that I actually like a lot. One of them being that Valentine's date Helena, where she's like taking a little sippy from iced, looks like iced tea probably, and there's like cakes and shit. I think that drawing is very pretty and cute, and I really like the Helena that I drew there that one time. To this day, that remains probably one of my favorite Helena appearances that I've personally done. Because, you know, I don't have a very high opinion of my art. No, everyone else draws Helena better than me. Even like the Asahi guy, who's like, I mean, they've been a fan of Helena for a while, from what I can tell, but they only recently started doing digital art. And dude, their shit's good. Like, I always thought it was good when it was just traditional, because they definitely had the skill. Just looking at like the traditional pencil drawings, they mostly were just replicating official art, but they did a good ass job replicating that shit, man. So like the Asahi guy was already a good artist even before he started doing digital. And now that he started doing digital, because the medium is just a lot easier to transfer and share, yeah, no, his shit's good. Like, given a bit more time, I think he easily can replace me as the main Helena artist, provided he continues drawing her. As it currently stands, that might happen. And honestly, like for the longest time, I've wanted someone to sort of replace me and take over because I believe Helena deserves better than I can provide. Right. Uh, at one point, very early on, this probably was just like a stupidity thing for me to even think it, but I had thought like, oh, maybe Kaz could take over. Kaz, oh Kaz. So you remember 2022, the Mountain server days, right? There was a lot of artists gathered in one place, and Kaz happened to be pretty new to digital art, or like that kind. Actually, not digital art, but he only drew on his phone before that, and then he got a tablet at some point. And then he was actually like, at first I thought he would actually try to like learn and improve and get better. And so I had hope that he might become like the new Helena guy in my place. I had some hope for that. News fucking flash. To this day and age, he had basically not made any actual improvement or advancement since. It's 2025 now, right? 3 years have passed. 3 full years. It's the end of 25. Blood does not do art seriously, it feels like. But he does do stuff. He's just not actually getting any better as a result of the stuff he does because he just traces memes and just like does that kind of garbage. I guess like he has commissions open. I guess some people must want his junk, but it really is junk. Okay, I'm just like I can't really be too kind about that when I see what it looks like after all this time. And it especially just feels like funny because I did actually unironically have hope for him to get better, but he just never did. Then after him came Warorg. Warorg is like the next big Helena fan that just like emerged, right? And I think Warwick's probably got the best energy out of all of us Helena fans. Like he's definitely the one that keeps it on the most. He is always there for every single Helena tweet that like ever gets made. He's pretty much always there. And he's always out there advocating for our like best girl pretty much. So Warwick's got that energy. He also is actively like trying to draw as opposed to like Uprising who doesn't do art, which is fine. You don't have to do art, but it is like, yeah, he actually is one of those who did try to learn to draw, and he's still actively drawing, as far as I'm concerned. He was also along the lines of one of those that I had thought maybe, just maybe, they'll replace me. As it currently stands, though, I don't believe that will happen because his drawing time is very, very slow. He takes months, like 1+ months typically to make any drawing, even if it is like on the simpler end. So yeah, it's very, very slow to the point where it's like, as much as like he is improving a bit by bit from piece to piece, the pieces are so sporadic that it's still taking an extremely long time. And I kind of feel like, we're all human, right? At some point, he'll lose interest in Helena, probably as well. So, how good will he really be? And how long will he be around when he is good at art? And, like, will he still even want to draw Helena with his time? Right? Those are the things I'm thinking about. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think he'll be replacing me. I think after him came Asahi, and Asahi is, I believe, Japanese. They might be like Chinese or something, but I don't think their main like first language is English. At least is what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, they're a big Helena fan, and they're probably the best up and coming artist for Helena as it currently stands. Their stuff's good. Like it is good. They get the role or job or whatever. Now, the best Helena arts that I can like point at a specific artist that wasn't official artwork created goes to Ariko. Ariko is a general gacha game artist at this point. They used to mostly only draw Azur, but they now do like Blue Archive, and they did do like Arknights at some point in the past, etc. Right? So they're mostly just a gacha game artist. They have drawn quite a few Helenas. But yeah, those ones are some of the best fan-made drawings of Helena that have come out in recent time. Now, I don't know how much more Helena Ariko was realistically going to draw, given she had a bit of a falling out with the Azur Lane community, and like, modern day Azur communities got some real shitters in it as far as the horny, like, actual, like, fucking tourists. The people who are the real tourists are the ones who just want sex appeal in all of the skins and all the game, that kind of shit. Like, those guys are only here for that. They haven't been around for the history of the game or, like, any of the things that happened in the past. But, gacha game culture is that if someone disagrees with you for whatever reason, you call them a tourist. So yeah, of course, the people who have stuck with the game for 8 years plus are the tourists, right? That makes so much sense. All the new characters like are so forgettable. Like, who gives a fuck? I genuinely like, bro. I can tell you like what New Jersey was like one of the first UR ships, right? Friedrich was one of the first. Shimikaze was one of the first. Shinano was also one of the first. Past a certain point, all the UR ships just start blending in with each other. Cause like I genuinely cannot tell you when the fuck did like Trafalgar come out? I don't know. When did like I don't even Hakuryu come out? I don't fucking not her. When did just like half of the UR ships come out? I'm like I actually don't fucking know. Was it this year? Was it like a long time ago already? I don't know because like it's just irrelevant. They exist for one banner to sell a skin and then like maybe every once in a while they'll come back with another like even more explicit skin. And that's basically it. Like they have no real reason to exist besides selling skins. I don't know. Modern Ozer, and then that's the UR ships. Can you imagine what happens to the fucking like less rare ones? Any of the elites or the SSRs, just no relevance. Fucking disappears the moment their event ends, type shit. Like it's so fucking abysmal, dude. Ozer Lane is like hardcore going into that sort of wasteful. Every character just exists for like 10 days pattern, and I really don't like it. Alder Lane has fallen off more than it ever has in the past. It's not like it was ever like a good game, but it just somehow got worse at what it was even doing to begin with. Yeah. One of our only friends that was still playing it, Foof, has officially quit. He quit about 3 months ago. And like I don't blame him. I was thinking about quitting too. And I probably should, realistically, I probably should. to 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 speak some positive about Ozer for a little minute though. They did recently have a Data Live collab, right? And so I didn't watch Data Live before Ozer like did this collab, but right as like we heard about it, I decided because I was bored and YouTube was giving no good like recommendations and I was nothing I wanted to like search for anyway specifically. I just like, you know what? Let's go ahead and like check out some animes. So I was like, what could I do? Oh, let's watch Data Live, right? The thing that Azur is doing a collab with. And I was actually very surprised because it's Azur Lane. I was expecting nothing from this anime. I was just expecting it to be like rom-com fan service slop type shit. Like I was expecting it to really not do anything good or interesting at all, but it was surprisingly funny. Like it had decent humor. It is degen, yeah. It's got fan service, yeah. But that wasn't actually the entirety of it. It actually, I could like, it's one of those shows that does have the whole like state of humanity, and it parallels things like messages that you might find in like Xenoblade games, legitimately. Like this whole acceptance of the good with the bad, and like we take it all because that's just the way things are, and we shouldn't strive to like break break things unnecessarily, I guess. To appreciate life for the beauties of it in spite of the suffering, and like to continue on and believe in the future, to believe in humanity and to fight for something even when there are bad people out there, even when the world isn't perfect, that the world is still worth saving, still worth living in. This kind of shit, man. It has some of that. No, there's what, 5 seasons of it? This is probably the most anime I've like consecutively watched in a long time. Typically I watch like one season of a 12 episode anime and then I just don't watch anything for the rest of the year. I have not finished the fifth season, but I am like maybe 4 episodes in right now. So in like a span of about 2.5 or so weeks, I've watched sort of around 40 some shit episodes. That's a lot. It's a lot more than usual, at least. My fucking shoulders hurt. I hate my life. Fuck my chungus life, man. When I go back to Arizona, one of the few things that is planned is that we're gonna have another like group meetup with friends, specifically the ones that I like met in college. So like Adam, Steven, and Tejas, that group, so that we can watch Uma Musume Cinderella Gray season 2. Because last time I was in Arizona, we watched the entirety of season 1 in like one sitting, basically. So that's like 6 hours. We're gonna do that again with season 2, which I believe finished airing like last week. I think it finished last week? So like, yeah, I think it's done now. It might have one more episode, but I know it's going to be done. It should be entirely finished by the time that I'm in Arizona, which is the 18th of December. Today is the 4th, as already stream title should say, just to give real context of timeline. Fuck, why is my shoulder now like fucking aching? Not like the muscle pain now, it's like a fucking weird tingling bad pain. I hate this one. I think I'm actually like cooked, by the way. Like, what future do I have if I am 25 and suffering like this? From basic shit like drawing on the fucking computer. So cooked. Why are human bodies pathetic and worthless like this? The human body is like crazy as like a piece of biology, but at the same time it's also so pathetically garbage. Fuck off. Oh yeah, December 4th. I don't know if anyone else would think of it, but another thing that happened recently was the Xenoblade 2 anniversary. That's December 1st. 2017, December 1st, the game was released. It's been 8 fucking years, dude. 8 years of peak in this world. Yeah, and to this day, it does remain my favorite game of all time. I simply don't think there is any game out there that is going to dethrone it. I was I was kind of hoping, but 3 would dethrone it. Like I was hoping for an experience that would match that. But maybe it is just jaded and like different lenses of life that I'm looking at them through. Xenoblade 3 was a disappointment. It was a good game. I'm not claiming that it was a bad game, but it just didn't hit anywhere near as hard as Xenoblade 2. Nor even Xenoblade 1, to be honest. And Xenoblade 1 is a game that I am willing to be critical about because I have a grudge against Xenoblade 1 elitists. But like, when faced with Xenoblade 3, like really, Xenoblade 3 is a more solidly designed game than 1. But the artistry and like my personal like interpretation of the themes at least, Xenoblade 1 felt more solid. Xenoblade 3 feels a little more wishy-washy all over the place in some ways. And like Xenoblade 1 doesn't have great choreography in a lot of the scenes. Like the only scenes that really should come to mind when you think of like good choreography is like the Dunban uh mum car fight and like what's it? What's the fucking snow area called again? Valak Mountain. That's like one of the few scenes that was like actually a choreographed scene and not just preset render animations. But Xenoblade 1, I guess, was written in a way where that wasn't as big of an issue, I suppose. Xenoblade 3, it feels very noticeable when you go between the like good choreography and then the bad choreography, or maybe not choreography, but bad like animations, the stock animations. It's super noticeable to the point where it's like jarring. It's like, how did you go from this like 1 minute ago to this? It just feels bad to watch. It's like stilted and like disjointed, weird pauses in animation and all that. It's just bad in some spots. I'm not saying it's all bad. It's just the fact that it like feels that way and not in like a small number of locations, but like all over the place. I don't feel like either of the other two Xenoblades were so noticeable in that regards. Or through, I don't really remember Xenoblade X story anymore. X has some spectacle. It's not a badly presented game overall, but its story left much to be desired. I haven't been spoiled yet exactly. I know there is like a more continuation epilogue thing that they did for the definitive edition of Xenoblade X release. I don't know what happens in that. I haven't played the game. I was going to play the game when I get a Switch 2. When am I getting a Switch 2? That's the question now. I have basically no reason to at the moment, though. And I'm not sure if I ever will have a reason, like a real good reason, outside of just, fuck it, I'll get it now. Because even thinking about it, took me like 3 months to start Xenoblade 3. It's not like a Xenoblade game is one that I have to play immediately, right? I guess not anymore, because I know now that they're not just automatically good, but they can have mediocrity as well. There was some slander on the timeline yesterday. Some guys were talking about how notice how Xenoblade 2's anniversary has so many artists drawing beautiful things. This is because Xenoblade 2 is a beautiful game and its fans are beautiful people or some shit. And then obviously this isn't true, but some guy said, notice how Xenoblade 3 didn't get any fan art during its anniversary. I'm noticing. Like Xenoblade 3 got fan art, bro. But it was just funny to see slander that wasn't for Xenoblade 2. Like praise for Xenoblade 2, dude. The rarest fucking thing on Twitter. Hair is basically initial render, that's fine. Let's get semi-darks on you. Hollow Knight. Zach has been playing more Hollow Knight recently, trying to like clear it, I guess. So he has beaten ending 1, the sealed vessel or whatever, where you become the replacement for the Hollow Knight. He has not yet awoken the Dream Nail, so that is like where he needs to progress next. But he is like doing bullshit around the areas. He was fighting Grim. He beat Grim, got the flames for Nightmare King, and then decided not to fight that one because it's bullshit. Okay. I said that. What I really should have said, like, I don't think Nightmare King Grim's actually a bullshit fight at all. But Zach is not very good at the game. It takes him quite a while to beat some of these bosses that probably shouldn't be that hard. And Nightmare King is considered one of the hardest in the game. So naturally, I just told him, yeah, this is gonna be a big toughie. You don't have to do this now or ever. All Nightmare King does is give you a bunch of essence, which actually, in all fairness, if he does beat Nightmare King, that's enough essence to awaken the dream now. Maybe he should do it. But yeah, I don't know exactly what else he was doing right now. I think he was exploring Queen's Gardens, which he hasn't gotten to the White Lady yet. So that'll be something to do. He has, I think he's like right outside of Trader Lord's room, and that's where he stopped um, last time. He plays about once a week typically. He just waits for like Saturday so he can stream it while I'm there. And like I don't mind, but I can watch more often. Like right now, I'm only streaming to YouTube because I have nothing to do, nothing else to do, and this helps keep me like on task focused. If he wanted to like play game more, I would be there more. Anyways, it is 9:40 here, or 21:40. Let's render the scarf initials. Then I might go and cook dinner. Cause I gotta cook meat tonight. Okay, where should I? Didn't I say I wanted to do like color Chinese or some shit, bro? Didn't I say that? I'm so bad at this. I already like forgot the promise that I made myself. Okay, give me a sec. If I'm doing color Chinese, I need to redo both of these. Or not redo, but just like recolor, refactor it. Color Chinese is basically the idea that you use shades instead of darkness. Like this is here. Instead of putting this here, I'm gonna put it here, lighter and more saturated, and then shift it over, and we'll do that or something like that instead. Maybe. Yeah, like actually like something like this. Maybe I do color Chinese. Fuck it. And so I think this might also need to shift. Instead of being here, we make it more. The base colors probably also could afford to shift a bit, but and so here we are. And yeah, we'll use this relatively saturated blue as our base. Where's my references? What's work summary? Yeah, I'm gonna have to start writing what I did this year for my like work and shit. Like, dude, I'm gonna have to make up some bullshit probably. The stuff that I did just didn't end up going like anywhere. Either no one used it, like the person who requested it like fucking left, or my project just got deprecated, or like got delayed or held off to the point where like there's just so much shit, dude. It's like stuff was done, stuff was made, and I kind of got shafted in a lot of ways. I don't know if I know how to do color Chinese, but I'm gonna try. I said I wanted to try, and this is the piece that I said I would try on, okay? Like, I have to, because I said I would do it. The only reason I might take commissions for art is if I like actually get laid off, lose my job. Then I would consider it. If I find myself with more free time than I know what to do with as a result of no job, then maybe I will start drawing for money. It's not meant to be like a replacement for a job. It's just meant to be something to do and passively earn, well, not passively, but also gain a little money from it while I apply to jobs and do that other shit trying to get a new one. Fucking Q3, dude. I need to leave this job. I'm not getting promoted ever. Q fucking 3s when you're like targeting? Bitch, I should have gotten promoted years ago. My like new manager is genuinely fucking abysmal dog shit, bro. What was the point? Like, what was the point of all the work that I did up until that point if I can't get promoted with any of it? All of that was work that I was told to do by people. I followed instructions. I created, I designed, and implemented shit. I put together a fucking pipeline end to end. I fucking did that shit, man. But, like, I guess none of it matters anymore. I hate my fucking workplace. Like, it's so scummy. I fucking hate you people. I really got screwed to hell and back. Like, whatever, dude. I'm never gonna get promoted here, so I really should just leave. I should just fucking leave. If I'm not laid off, I probably am gonna still need to start looking for a new job because this place is fucking trash. Fuck Amazon, bro. That's absurd to me that you would think that's like that should be the right timeline. No, fuck you. I should have been promoted when you fucking became my manager, not fucking a whole year after. I should have been promoted like a year before you became my manager. All of this shit was like pretty much in place, and then my fucking managers all skedaddled off to another team, and I just was left in the fucking air for 8 months. Like, what the hell? Now I guess everything I did for the past 3 years doesn't matter. It's so fucking retarded. I fucking hate this place. Is this scarf good or not? I can't really tell. I feel like it's okay. I'm gonna need to like do a gradient or something over it in a bit to like really hammer in the surfacings, but I think it's okay for now. This surface we can lighten up a little like so. Oh, whoops. Silence. It's like 22 o'clock almost now. Hmm. All right, let's see it. Radder. So this one we can make a little more here. These parts over here. Color Chinese moment. I'm wondering if this part right here should be just like blurred maybe. I feel like I should just use uncubed watercolor for some of this. Oops. Oh yeah. I also now realize that this, just now realize that this didn't loop around like that. So this was an incomplete chain somehow. Let me get darker as well. Okay. The metal chain is maybe like this color, I think. I got good color sense, guys. I don't have good shape sense, but I do have good color sense, I think. Decent at least. Ugh. Alright. I think I might end the stream now and go cook dinner. I got my little venting rant time off and all that. I don't think I'll be streaming this drawing again. Maybe I will, but no promises. This might be the last stream of the year, because once I go back to Arizona, I'm unlikely to stream again. Yeah. Well, I might. Okay. While it might be the last stream of the year, if I do play Silksong Steel Soul, I will be streaming that. So you could also potentially be looking forward to that. Ugh. All right. Until next time, I may not have a job next time. That'll be fun. But yeah, ending it now. Goopy.